Hey guys, Higgy Pop here, in the comic room. Woo! Yeah, I'm all alone. It's just me and Hawk Dog here today. Yeah, great. It feels good to just have the place to yourself. You know, just the Hawk Nest, hanging around, looking at the spinning rack, just doing what I want. But tomorrow, it's on. Having a big, what do they call it? A baby shower for my daughter. I gotta go up to Massachusetts. So, today, I'm by myself. My wife already went up there, Hawk Woman. But today, I did a lot of fun things. A lot of fun stuff. I took the day off from work. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, my boss. This is what he tells me at the beginning of the week. He goes, Jim, it's the new year. I say, yeah, thank you there. It took you a while to figure that out. He goes, yeah, but it turns out I was going over the books, and you didn't take 19 vacation days. You still have 19 vacation days left. I said, well, how am I going to squeeze those into this past year? It's gone! So I took the day off. I think I didn't even pay attention to vacation because, you know, I had the hernia surgery this year. I was out of work for like a month and a half. I just wanted to get back to work. I just wanted to go, come on now. Let's get it going now, boys. Let's go. You know, I was into it. So anyways, today I had the day off. Oh my God. So yesterday, let's start with yesterday. Yesterday, I go into Second Alarm Comics. I'm like, is this how it was? I was like, and you're like, Higgy, Higgy. There were some cheerleaders in the back. They're going, Higgy. He ain't got no alibi. He's Higgy. He's Higgy. Oh, I was like, ladies. I'm just here for comics. All right? So, you know, I got him to settle down. All right? And so I went and I got some cool stuff. Because I had to go back. And get the Conan the Barbarian. Had to get Conan the Barbarian. This is issue number 6. All right? This is from Titan Comics. And they're doing great work, man. Great work. Look at that. There's 3 different covers for this. There's one with some, I forgot the artist, but he's got a style. And it had some chick on it. And then there's another one with another chick on it. I'm here for Conan. Like Mick says, women weakens the legs. All right, women weaken legs. That's right, kid. Well, I don't know, Mick. I really like this one. We'll have her train you then. All right, Mick, calm down. So, I'm all about Conan, all right? Anyways, Conan, you know, they're jumping into this. He's in the Thieves Guild. He went to some big mission. They stole some stuff that's magic-based. It's crazy. And he still longs for Belit, his pirate queen, that before this story started in the last issue, they surmised that Belit got killed and slaughtered. And Conan don't cry. He doesn't cry, man. He's a man. He's my brah. So he just holds it all in. He holds it in. And so he longs for her and all that. But it's cool. Something's going down, though. So ever since they stole this magical stuff, evil magic, might I add. Evil magic. But it's cool. Good story. The art is great. Yeah. So last video, I may have misspoke. I said this video is the best thing that ever happened in my life. Hawkwoman heard that. I was like, listen, in my comic life, I said, the best thing that happened in my comic life. So she kicked me across the kitchen, and then we had dinner. Everything's fine. Let me just make that right for the record. My comic book life is the best thing that ever happened. All right. So listen, this is what else I got. West Coast Avengers. I found this. It was in some new boxes that came in the Second Alarm Comics. And this is the annual number 2. Great stuff, man. And I was just chatting, and he was right. The guy I was chatting with, he says, annuals I love reading because they're just their own story, you know, self-contained story. Usually they are. And I love reading annuals too. I like reading anything, unless it's in, I don't know, Sanskrit. I don't read that stuff too well. But, yeah, this is great. It starts off, they're playing baseball like always. Take me out to the ball game. Thor's using his hammer, and Wonder Man is pitching at like Mach 1. I mean, it's crazy. Ant-Man's got a catcher's mitt. It looks like a parachute. I mean, it's insane. But it's cool. It's really cool. So, yeah, it's the Death and Texas, not taxes. No. It's a spin on words, all right? And Al Milgram's on the cover. And the Grandmaster comes in, this guy, what a clown. And he goes to, in the Death Dimension, he has the Avengers, and So the West Coast Avengers go to the Death Dimension to free the Avengers, but they can't free them because they have to fight the Avengers. It's crazy! But it's great stuff. I love team stories, man, especially when they get together, they're having cookouts and playing baseball and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, ultimate frisbee, whatever they do. I don't care, man. Whatever. As long as they're getting along. Everyone's happy. So this is cool stuff. Good read. Good read. And this one really grabbed my eye. There were some new boxes there, and I was looking through them, and they weren't priced or nothing. And this one, I've seen it. I must have seen it somewhere, but I never saw it in real life. Right in real life, I saw this. Look at this. World's Finest, issue number 176. I never had it, and I never saw it in real life. Look at this cover. Boom! And you're saying, wow, that's red. Oh, yeah. Turn on your red light, Roxanne! And you're saying, why is that so awesome? Because it's done by Neil Adams. Mr. Adams. Yes. And Gaspar Saladino. Maybe when the new baby comes, I'm gonna say, I know I told you to name the baby Zod, but can we change it? I changed my mind. Can you name the baby Gaspar? Middle name Saladino. I remember my wife's one of my wife's best friends had a kid. She still has the kid, and she named him Tully. Tully is a cool name, very original. So I instantly go to Jethro Tully. I kept on calling him Jethro Tully. And every time the little kid entered the room, I'd go, bow, now, 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 now. What do you want, Tully? Right? The mother of the kid did not appreciate that. She told my wife, she goes, could you tell Jim to stop doing that every time my son walks into the room? And my wife goes, bow, now, 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 now. I will try to talk to him. So, a kid's name is very important. It will set precedent for the rest of his life. I mean, you don't want to call the kid Hitler, per se, all right? So, anyways, I got sidetracked. So this is June of '68, Close the Gate. And, covers by Neil Adams and Gaspar Saladino. And Superman Batman Split is the name of the story, all right? This story is insane. Who wrote this thing? Cary Bates. The guy needs to be on the 3rd floor of Bellevue Hospital. Okay, it says, these 4 heroes will destroy themselves, fighting over me. Who am I? What is this, the dating game? Listen, there's this guy. He's an actor. His name is, I don't know. The actor's name is Ronald Jason. Okay, the actor, I don't know what's going on. Oh, Clark Kent goes to interview the actor. The actor, for his final acting feat, he wants to go out on the greatest acting feat he ever did. He knows he's Superman. So he throws acid on Clark Kent. His clothes burn off, exposing that he has a Superman suit on. So now he tells Superman, he goes, I'm not an actor. I'm really an alien. He pulls off a mask and he's an alien. He goes, they're chasing me from my planet. You got to protect me. Superman brings him up to his ice palace, and then something happens where this actor's brother gets involved and goes to Batman saying that this guy who's the alien in the Ice Palace with Superman is really a bad guy. So Batman's chase goes to the Ice Palace to force himself to get this guy, and Batman and Superman are fighting over the guy. And then Batgirl and Supergirl what a silly story. Anyways, the actor ends up dying somehow. In the folly, he dies, anyways, nice looking book. Anyways, whoa, my brain hurts. And Charlton, I'm doing the Charlton, do. Okay, did you guys ever see this one? This is Valiant Squad. This is issue number 5 by Charlton Comics. All right, I read this last night. It's cool stuff. March of '76, picking up sticks. And the writer is Joe Gill, okay? And this is Joe Staten does the second story, and the art is all done by Peter Morisi. As you can see, where is his? That's how he signs it. P-A, in 3 lines, supposed to be an M. And this is called Valiant Squad. It didn't run very long. And that's this guy. His name is Eric Red.
and he has two pals, Tulsa Coyle, and there's a girl. Her name is Candy Orr, and yeah, so they're going after this guy, Mr. Paleu. All right, he's a heroin kingpin. He has a heroin ring, you know, and yeah, this is what it's all about, man. Valiant Squad by Charlton Comics, issue number 5. Boom, and I'm crushing it every time. Charlton Comics. This is Midnight Tales, issue number 1. I have 1, 2, and 3 now. So this is a beauty. Look at that cover. Just take it all in. Take it all in. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. The cover's by Wayne Howard. All right. Good stuff. And this is all these Midnight Tales. It's about this guy here. All right. He's like a higher up, very smart professor type. His name is Cyrus Coffin, and he has a companion here. That's a Arcane Coffin, and they deal with that stuff. Look, there's a body with a sheet over it, and either end there's feet. Whoa, wow. He says, and this Arcane is one of Dr. Frankenstein's mistakes. You think? I need 2 pairs of shoes for this guy. Yeah, so there's a lot of very cool horror type of stories in here. The art is fantastic. I love it. Yeah. And in the back is a Wayne Howard interview. It's like 2 pages worth. It's very cool. Very cool. This is December of 72. Cuckoo Cuckoo. And yeah. The writer is Nicola Cuddy. You may have heard of him. All right? Very cool. I've been finding these around lately, and I've been picking them up. I have 1, 2, and 3. This is issue number 1. I had to dig around for these things. Dig it around. Can you dig it? So, I found this. When I was digging, I found this and I went, whippy! All right. Space Ghost! Yes. There's Jace and Jan. And they have their little monkey. Right? And yeah, it's cool stuff. I think it's called the Sinister Spectre. All right? This is by Comico, issue number 1. This is a very pricey book. I got out of there with it cheap. Believe me, they take care of me second line. That's right. I got clout. It's called Clout. Look it up, baby. So, great book. The only problem is it's all the art, the cover, and all the art is done by Steve Rude, the dude. I've been talking. This guy's been coming into my life lately, ever since I've been making fun of him. I mean, this guy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he uses his head to keep the rain out of his neck. That's how stupid he is. So, that's Steve Rude. Great artist. I mean, fantastic. You know, all the bad guys are in it. There's some mysterious specter type of voice that comes into a prison planet where Zorak is, and Lurker, and Brax, and it tells them how to escape. They escape from the prison, and then there's an evil version of Space Ghost. Whoa! So, it's really cool, though. Very fun story. You gotta check out the art. It's just like the cartoon. Hanna-Barbera, baby. Just like Hanna-Barbera. Alright? Awesome stuff. And, the Comico Company. Yeah, I mean, just open it up. Boom. You're in the middle of it. Jason Jan. I mean, just great stuff. Great stuff. So I sent a picture to Dr. Silver Age Rod. You know, I'm trying to get one up on him. I never can. I sent him a picture of this. I said, hey, he's a big Space Ghost nut too. I said, hey, you got this one? He goes, oh, yeah. I got a lot of them. I was like, oh, great. Because if he didn't, I would have been like, in your face. But no, he has it. This is nice and thick too. Nice square binder. It's great, man. I read it last night. Great stuff. Space Ghost! See, that's them in the prison. Wearing the stripes. And they get out. They break out. There's Jan and Jace. They're vacationing on a different planet. And Space Ghost is like, come back to Ghost headquarters. And they're like, crap! So, great stuff, man. And so today I had the day off, man. It was great. It was great. I got a lot done. But I took a nice trip. Out to Killingworth, Connecticut. All right? To see my buddy Adam. And he bought the old store for my... I did videos about my friend, Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred had a comic book store out in Killingworth called Uncle Fred's. And my friend Adam bought the store from Uncle Fred. And he cleaned this place up. This place, Fred, I love him. But he had comics. You walk in there like this, like, oh my God. You're like oh, the things are tipping over. Like, oh my God. And you're like, there's no way you can find anything. You're like, hey, Uncle Fred, do you have any issue of such and such? He goes, probably. Good luck finding it. But I love the place. But he sold it to Adam. Adam's a great guy. I go there today, and I went there a couple times, and he really cleaned this place. The place is cleaned out. I don't know how he did it. And great comics in there. But I don't go there often because it's kind of a far drive. It's like almost an hour. Almost an hour. Not even. But I don't like driving. I don't like going places. I don't like to leave the Hawk's Nest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not very high tech. I don't like leaving the Hawk's Nest. I mean, I'm lucky I got a smartphone. But it's just. But I went out there, and actually Damien from Sleepy Reader, he knows about this place. He visits Connecticut every once in a while because that's where he grew up in Killingworth, Connecticut. Right past, I talked about this road, Roast Meat Hill Road. I drove by Roast Meat Hill Road. That's the name of the road out there because a cow got struck by lightning. Like, hey, Pa! Old man, you got struck by lightning. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, it's out there in the sticks. So I went there and, I'm not very high. This is as high tech as I get. Look at this. I got my radio. I'm cranking the tunes down here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I just discovered FM radio. That's as high tech as I get. But, but it's all good. So, I went there today, and I gotta maybe do a video tomorrow or whenever I get back into town because, I got a nice stack of books. Look at this stack right here. Look, I'll just show you the top one. Oh, look at this. Watch this. So many gems. So many gems. Captain Storm. Yes, this is the PT boat skipper, Captain Storm. I don't see these around too often, but I have a couple, you see. Yes, Captain Storm. Batten down the hatches. Swab your own poop deck. Yeah. So I got all sorts of great stuff. Today was such a great haul. I got to show you maybe in a couple days when I get back from Massachusetts. I found Flyman again from Mighty Comics. I found a couple issues. I am over the moon. I can't wait to show you these books. Here they are right here. Because today I'm not going to do that. Because like I said, I had the day off and I listened to a YouTube channel. I listened to a documentary about Steve Ditko, all right? And I'm all Ditko'd up, man. So I'm going to go over The Creeper by Steve Ditko, all right? What do you think? Let's do it. And let's do it to it, man. Let me get some books over here. I got some right here. Oh, that's not good. Hold on a minute. Every time I go to get into something. All right, it's the bathroom. Hold on. The phone doesn't work too good sometimes. Hold on, everybody. Give me a sec. Alright. Hawkman, that's a Hawk's Nest. Yes, Alan. It's Alan Scott. What's up, buddy? How's the JSA doing? Great party this weekend. Yes, New Year's party. Great. What? You seem angry, pal. I mean, let's take a deep breath. What's up? Red Sonja? I haven't seen her today. Yeah, she may be off. I don't know. What's up? You think, all right, that's a big claim. She slashed your tires on your car. I told you to invite her to the party, the New Year's party. I didn't tell her about it. She finds out these things. I don't know how. She holds grudges, man. What makes you think it's her, dude? You did forensics? It was done with a broadsword. Okay. It might be Red Sonja. All right, listen. This is between you and I will, when I see her, I'll mention it and we'll handle it. Don't go to the cops because then, oof. All right, man. Just let's keep this in-house, pal. I'll talk to her. All right, I'm sorry. I'll buy you new tires. Alan. There you go. All right. Read your comics and make you smart. Bye. There's Red Sonja again. I mean, she's crazy, dude. I told him to invite her to that party. Oh, my God. Anyways, what do we got? What am I looking for? Okay. Let's look at The Creeper. Like Steve Ditko, obviously. Steve Ditko was, he's known for everything. Spider-Man. Okay, he did Blue Beetle Ted Cord. Oh, I already went over Blue Beetle once in a video. Fantastic. Spider-Man. This is some Steve Ditko Spider-Man. All right, and he's known for Hawk and Dove. I went over the Hawk and Dove run by Ditko in one of my earlier videos. That's Kraven the Hunter, and he was known for Doctor Strange. Obviously, he did Iron Man. He didn't do Iron Man, invent him, but he really gave him the upgrade with his costume, and he made him very likable. Steve Ditko. This is issue number 35 with the Sandman. All right. He did Captain Atom with Charlton Comics. He did The Question, which is fantastic, which rolls into Mr. A, which is a great Ditko creation. And it's Mr. A is like he's a hero, but he doesn't have any powers. But Mr. A he has a code. All right. And Ditko really liked this. He thought heroes should have a code and they should have like a standard. All right. Like they should know right from wrong, and they should stick to that. And that's what they should stick to. And he thought some superpowered heroes, they kind of blurred that line a little bit. But that was the whole idea behind Mr. A. His superpower was being very objective. I mean, he had armored gloves, armored mask to protect his face, Mr. A, and that kind of stuff. So it's very cool. And yeah, it's all good. Ditko was born in like 1927. He fought in World War II, and he died in 2018. So this whole it's not a documentary. It's an interview. This guy interviews Steve Ditko's brother, Pat, and then Steve Ditko's nephew, Pat Jr. And it's cool because when Ditko died, those two guys went to Steve Ditko's little apartment. They didn't know he was living this way, all in a little tiny apartment and stuff. And they told the real story of how Steve Ditko was. He was a really nice guy, very family oriented. He never married. Steve Ditko never got a driver's license or anything like that. He always took the subway or the bus. He worked for Charlton Comics right here in Connecticut for a long, long time in Derby, Connecticut. And he would take the bus to Derby and go visit his family back in wherever. And it was great, man. And I think it's just great. Steve Ditko was a great guy. He sounds like a great man. But let's go over the Creeper. And here we go. I just pulled this out. This is DC's first issue special. All right. This is number 7, featuring the Creeper. And the cover is done by Ditko and Al Milgrom and Tatiana Wood, actually. And this is a good Creeper story. He fights the Human Firefly, which is a Batman villain. And this is a nice self-contained story. Good stuff. The Human Firefly, there you go. And this came out in October 75. I went over all of DC first issue special. Good stuff. And the Creeper. I was going to go through, there's 2 or 3 Creeper appearances in Brave and the Bold, but the art wasn't done by Steve Ditko, so I didn't grab those, but I did see this. This is Super Family Giant, issue number 2. It's got a great Creeper story in here. It's in the Creeper run 1 through 6 that I'm going to show you. He fights he goes, his enemy is what's his face? Oh man, who's he fighting? He's fighting some guy called Prometheus or something like that. No, he's fighting Prometheus, this guy, and he's always wearing a mask and stuff. So he finds Wildcat training in a gym, the Creeper, and he thinks he's Proteus. He's like bugging out the Creeper, and he thinks Wildcat is Proteus. So Wildcat snaps him out of it. This is a good story. Good story in there. But let's get to the Steve Ditko run. All right. It's 1 through 6. And here is issue number 1. As you can tell, this is a Higgy Pop Hawk's Nest copies of these comics. So they're in like a little bit of a whoa condition. Like, I don't even know where I got this one. This is issue number 1 of The Creeper. This came out in June of 68, Close the Gate. And, yeah, issue number 1. And someone with a Bic pen did not like DC Comics, so he colored that in. But other than that, it's a great book, man. It's Steve Ditko, man. And this series, and this comic right here, Creeper number 1, was written by Dennis O'Neil. Dennis O'Neil's first work with DC Comics. And you won't find Dennis O'Neil's name in here. He goes by a pseudonym. It's Sergius O'Shaughnessy. All right, but it's Dennis O'Neil. And that's great stuff. And the Creeper is Jack Ryder. He's a news reporter. He's a television news anchor. All right. But he's also the Creeper. He's a creeping and a creeping and a creeping. Right. And where lurks the menace? All right. That's what this one's called. And there's this evil guy. He's in a costume. His name is the Terror. And he's leaning on all the local gangsters and mobsters for money and stuff. And the Creeper tracks him down and fights and kicks the crap out of him. It's cool stuff. Yeah, man. And he works in Gotham. He works for WHAM TV. All right? And there's girls there. There's a weather girl that he likes and stuff like that. And all sorts of stuff. Here's a Creeper. Beware the Creeper, issue number 2. The Many Faces of Prometheus. All right? Now he comes in the Prometheus, this guy. This is August of 68. Yes. And, the Creeper meets up with this Prometheus character. And the Prometheus, he doesn't know who this guy is because the guy's always wearing a mask. It's almost like The Question, right? He's always wearing a different mask. And he's matching wits with this guy. And the Creeper turns out, because he's like a vigilante. Now there's wanted posters with the Creeper's face on it all over town, pasted all over town. And this Prometheus guy has a changeable face. You can't put a bead on him. And so he's up to no good, this Prometheus character. But the Creeper is awesome. The art is great. I got 2 copies of this. This is probably a better copy here. Let me see this. And the great action, great Ditko art. Just fantastic stuff. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander, shall we? And, yeah. So the documentary I saw, the interview, was very, very good. Very well done. The Creeper. Yeah. And, boom! He turns into the Creeper. He has, in this storyline, Jack Ryder has something on his wrist that he could press that will does the chemical change. Boom! It activates the chemical change to turn him into the Creeper. And let me show you the Weather Girl. There's the Weather Girl, the blonde. All right. She doesn't like Jack Ryder, and she hates the Creeper. And look at the action that the Creeper has, because he's always leaping and bounding everywhere. Just a nutty, nutty costume. Very Steve Ditko original stuff, man. I mean, look at this. He's always cackling like a hyena. What a story, man. What a story. And in this interview I saw today, they were talking about how Ditko, his brother, kind of knew the ins on how Steve Ditko felt about Stan Lee. And he said, yeah, he thought Stan was riding his coattails and just using him as a money chip and stealing his ideas. And boom. Even when Ditko went back to Marvel, he wouldn't do any more Spider-Man. He's like, no, I'm done with that stuff. I'm done. On to new things. All right. And he didn't really trust people besides his family. And he was a loner. Which I get it, man. You got to dynamite me out of this comic room sometimes. So this is all great stuff. All great stuff. Right? What a wild character, right? And look at this. Look at this stuff. Great action. Good stuff. And next issue, Bomba pits the prowess against the evil genius of Crag in a story so unusual it had to be called Nightmare. Whatever that is. Isn't that stuff? I just miss stuff like that back in the day. So, The Creeper Corner is the write-in page. The Creeper Corner. All right. Now we go to issue number 3. Beware the Creeper. What a cover. What a cover. All right. So, in this one, it's called The Isle of Fear. All right. Because, the weather girl is called Vera. Vera Sweet. Uh-huh. And he tracks this escaped hood, right? And this guy has all sorts of armor on and weapons, and he goes to this this savage island, and he's harassing all the natives on the island, and Creeper goes and follows that guy, and he starts battling with that guy, and it's a great stuff. Great stuff. I mean, look at that cover. Boom! All right. It's just great stuff. Right off the get. Right off the get. So this is the guy with the armor. This guy here with the helmet. So I've been talking to my man Beckerman, you know, the guy that might be sniffing glue on Facebook, and we came up with a great idea. He was telling me some of the superheroes he likes and stuff, and he said that he was digging some of the art. He was being very kind, obviously, and I said, dude, I want to sketch you something. I want to sketch you, and he told me some ideas like some heroes he likes, but I can't help myself. I gotta draw Beckerman himself, you know. I can't help it. So I drew a couple things. Oh, here's an ad for Angel and the Ape. Oh, yeah, baby. Angel and the Ape. Angel and the Ape. Oh, here comes Hawk Dog. What's up, Hawk Dog? Timmy fell in the well. Again? Look at that. What's up, Hawk Dog? Talk to me, buddy. So, let me show you. Let me show you something. This is Beckerman. I was just messing around. This is Beckerman, right? That's Beckerman. I put a tiara on his head because when you sniff glue, you do dress funny. And I drew Hawkman behind him with the fingers like this behind his head. All right. And I started drawing another Beckerman. Let me see. I was going to draw him throwing a motorcycle. See the motorcycle? I started sketching it, but I don't know. These are just ideas I had. Believe me, Beckerman looks just like that. To the T. So, anyways, Creeper, issue number 4. Which face hides my enemy? He's losing it. He can't find this Proteus guy anywhere. He can't figure out who he is. And he takes down a henchman, a bunch of henchmen of Proteus. And before he get any information out of them, they get killed. He's like, why? Why? Right? And yeah, man, he can't get any info. And even in the letter page in here, the Creeper Corner, there's a guy that writes, he goes, yeah, the best part of this whole run is Steve Ditko, man. I'm glad you guys stole him back from Marvel. And the writer's like, we didn't steal him. He just came on his own. Don't worry about it. And yeah, so this is great. All great art in here. Take my word for it. Proteus is driving him crazy. And issue number 5. Look at me, Creeper. Look at the true face of Proteus and then die. So, him and Proteus battle, man. And in this one, usually Mike Ditko does the art and the inks, but Mike Pepe does the inks in this one. All right. This is February of '69. Back in the summer of '69. And yeah, man. And it's called The Color of Rain is Death. Purple rain, purple rain. So they're battling, man. I gotta show you this fight scene. I gotta show you. Hell of a fight scene. February of '69. I was -5 at the time. But, man, I was ready. I was ready, man. I was in my mom's belly already, and I was, like, spray painting on the walls down there. I was doing art. Oh, man, I was ready. I was already drawn. So, great stuff. So, I got to show you the fight scene at the end. So, he loses the fight, and Proteus ties him to a storm drain, and the water is rising. He's going to leave him to drown. All right. Okay. This is just wild, trippy Ditko art. And boom. He sees Proteus. He's like, I see it, you yellow belly scum. Right? And they start beefing. And Proteus jumps down into the sewer. He's like, I'm going. He's like, vaya con Dios, muchacho. I'm going into the sewer. All right. So he goes in after him. Bloink. I'm down there, boy. And there's Proteus. And they start beefing. All right. Grappling. Getting nuts. But Proteus has this bolo with the balls on the end and wings it at him. And it wraps up. He's going to wrap up our man Creeper. And Creeper's like, no! All right. And he's all wrapped up. He ties him to the storm drain. And he's like, how long can you hold your breath there, Creep? All right. And then, before he leaves, he shows him his face. And the Creeper's like, takes off his mask. He's like, yeah, all right. So then we got to wait till the last page. So the last issue, the Creeper knows who he is. It's his buddy Rip, some guy Rip. And Proteus has a crazy plan to blow up a dam and flood out the whole city because he hates people. Now, this cover is done by Gil Kane, insane in the main brain. His name is Gil Kane, right? So Gil Kane does this cover for some unknown reason, but our boy Steve Ditko does all the art inside, all right? And but he does escape. He pulls his arm out, and then he escapes. And he's underwater for over 2 minutes, but he comes up. He's like, oh my God. And then he tracks down Proteus, disguises himself as the governor. And he goes up to the dam, and then Creeper finds him and starts beating the crap out of him. And the cops are like, why are you beating up the governor? And then all of a sudden the real governor comes out. He's like, who is that man? See? You know, like Scooby-Doo. And Proteus goes flying off a cliff. And the end, baby. And he also saves the weather girl. Yeah, he does. The Creeper, issue number 6. That's it, baby. That's it. Good stuff. Yeah. So, next video, guys, I'm going to show you. Wait till you see what I got, man. I got some goodies from Coffee and Comics. Yes. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, my God. I want to tease you. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you. No way, man. Anyways, give me a day or two. I'll catch up with you guys. You guys are the best. The best. I got to talk to Sonya, too. I don't know, man. She can't be doing, vandalism like that. Alan Scott, I told him to just invite her. Just invite her to the party. Oh, Lord. Anyways, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, man? You know what I say? That's it. All right. Oh, I was at a Coffee and Comics today. I could have spent $1 million there. I had all sorts of stuff out of the boxes, and then I had to narrow it down. And I go into the back room. The whole back room is filled with boxes. I said, what's in here, Adam? He goes, oh, those are all dollar bins. But they're not in order. He goes, I said, I could spend another 300 days here. 300! $300 maybe. Anyways, I got to go back, and we'll get some goodies. Believe me. Ah, yes. All right. Hold on. So, guys, thanks for joining me. Things are happening. I got to go to a baby shower, and then I'll be back. I will be back. All right? A man's got to do what he's got to do. I'm gonna be 50 years old. That's worse than comic book mold. I'm gonna be a granddad. You'll never see my comics in a slab. Thanks for so much for hanging with me. It makes me yell, yippee!
I show you comics to do my part. And you read them cause they make you smart. Read your comics, they make you smart.